Alright, we're going to show you how to do the nested if else. Okay, so we already did that. This time we're going to look at another type of if else. So we have if an expression 1, right? And I'm going to short it by exp this time, expression. And
I think I'm clear with if else.
there's another type which else if.
Else if.
And then expression 2, right? And else if, like you can have is, else if, okay, as many as you want, or just else like at that point too, like that, right? And expression 3 and so on. Okay, so as many expression as you want, and then last is else. So this is like a branching that has more than 2. Like normally you only select 2, you do this 1, right? You do it when it's true, right? And then false, you go to else. But this is not right. You're not going to do false here. This is true expression 1, right? True statements for expression 1, right? Which another one is going to be true statements for expression 2, right? You're going to do the statement for expression 2. And another one is going to be true statements for expression 3, right? Until you get to else that means false. But what is false? False for
All 3 of them.
right, all statements. That's the difference, right? So that's another if else. Now let's see example. So we can look at if else, if, okay, let's name it like that. If else is right, then we know it's just not if else. So if else if. All right, so let's say I want to grades, okay, grades, GPA, or grades A, B, C, D, F. I want to write a program to do the gradings. So I want the user to enter the scores. All right, so this time I'm going to show you another way to do the input, okay. Besides scanner, you can do J option pane. Okay, J option pane is like a pop-up dialog. Show dialog, show input dialog.
It's another tool in Java.
It's just another way to input from the console. Instead of from console, we just input from the dialog box. It's going to pop up. Enter student score.
And this is a Java tool?
Yes, Java library, just like scanner. We have to import. We just import JoptionPane like that.
Is there any difference? Is just the same job?
Let's look at, it's going to pop up a dialog box like that, and then just input the score. So now when you input the score, it's going to return, then we need a variables for the score variables. In this case, it's always string. That's the case. When it's J option pen, it's always string. So if I get a string in.
Oh, so J option plain you could only use it with
string.
String.
It's you can convert it back. You get string in, but you can convert to double. Like if I declare double as the data type, so I'm going to convert by using double dot parse double. Right. So if I look at, okay, let's say I'm not going to deal with double. Double is decimals, right? If I deal with integer, it's just going to be integer, int, right? And then integers parse integers. If I dealing with short, like we were doing with short, right? If numbers can be short is enough, right? Then you say this is a short score, right? So this is going to be short, right? Dot parse short, right? Just like scanner, after you just do next int, next short, right? Next double. This is the same. You just convert by parse short dot parse short and get the score inside here. It's going to convert to the short version. Okay. So now we pretty much just get the score right here. It's storing to the short.
So basically,
score.
you could use it with anything, any variables, data types. You use
And
it
then
too.
convert back. We can use with any. When you read in, it's always read in as string, and we have to convert it. Now, let's take a look at the nest. I mean, not nested. If else if, right? If expression 1 score greater than 100. No, we want to say greater than equals. Right. Now we're gonna learn another type of expressions here beside and or not two equals, right? To compare. We're gonna talk about greater than, right? We compare numbers greater than, right? Less than, greater than equals, less than equals, right? Let's just look at the range of the numbers now, right? Like the user may enter score 100. If it's greater than equals 90, we're going to say score is A, right? So if score greater than equals to 90, we're going to say this. Let's just say I'm going to declare the char, right? A characters. Great, right? I'm going to say grade equals to a letter A, right? Now else if, right? If else if what score, right? Greater than equals to 80, right? Then we're going to say the grade is going to be, but of course we're not looking at just score because score itself is a string. You cannot compare. So I have to look at the number version, which is short score, right? The one that I just converted, correct? Then I can compare. You cannot compare string, you have to change to number. Because when you use greater than, look at the range of the numbers now, right? Number to number.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
So score is string. In order to use these operations, you have to have number, right? First number greater than the second number, and the number short is a number, right? An integer number.
So you can't use a string for.
You cannot use string to compare with greater than, less than, greater than equals, or less than equals. Just like you cannot use string with two equals. You have to do dot equals. Remember user name dot equals. You cannot compare with string. Has to be two numbers too, right? So that's the same principle applied with these symbols, right?
Okay.
Greater than equals, less than equals. So grade equals to B in this case, right? Now we do the same else if, right? So since the same, it's going to copy and changing. Score greater than equals to what? 70. Then the grade is going to be C. And else if again, score greater than equals to 60.
So for car, you can have
Grade is going to be C.
more than one variable for a data type.
For last one is going to be F. Now the question is, char is a type and this is a variables, which is great, right? And I did not initialize a value yet until I compare. If compare the score greater than equals to 90, then the values of the chart is going to be A. I did not initialize until I compare.
Okay. So can you do that with any data type?
Yes, you can do with any type, any data type. It can be scores, it can be GPA, right? GPA greater than 90 could be 4.0, something like that, right? 90%.
So if you don't initialize from the beginning, you can, if you use the if else statements, you can use it for more than one variable.
So we would say if you did not initialize the values here, you can initialize or assign the values later in the program. The reason we're doing that because at this point I'm going to do J option pin, right, to pop up the message, say show message dialog, and I'm going to show the message. This is like system.out, right? Your final grade is, and then I can just use grade right here to display right away because we don't know the user should be A, B, C, D, F yet. That's why I'm not initialize, but let the condition initialize it and prompt out right here. The reason I do that because I want to just prompt out once because I don't know what the grade's going to be. Right, so let's see what we get here. Enter student score. Let's see if I say 99, your grade is A. Okay, so if I do again, let's say 60, your grade is D. Right? Cool. So if I do again, 55, you got an F.
This is awesome.
So that's how we use if, else, if, else, if.
The pop-up is nice.
With the option pane, you can just do dialog box. Alright, so thank you for watching.